Hey there, welcome back to the shop. What we're doing today is we're going to start taking this front end off the CX500, and we're going to show you how some of this is done. Not all of it, but a good majority of it. And what we got here, we're going to start at the top and we're going to work our way down, all the way down to the front wheel, and then slide everything apart. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that this isn't going to work. Well, yes, it will. It will work. We're going to end up with a frame, an engine, and a rear end that are pretty much standalone. With the obvious that's going on underneath, which is a jack with a 2x4 holding the front end up. It's the best way to start. Where we're going to start is right here with the wiring. We're going to disassemble that first and foremost. So here we go. Let's just get started with unplugging stuff and going from there. Now, what we got going on here is all these plugs are connected to the main wiring harness, and we gotta pull them all apart. We really don't want to cut any wires if we really don't have to. But on these old bikes, you just never know what you might run into. Yeah, that one's already unplugged. Yeah, headlight's already unplugged. Oh, here's another one of the major plugs. Let's see if we can get that one apart. Every once in a while, you run into one that just won't come apart. Yeah. And that appears to be what I've run into here. So let's try this first. Maybe a little bit of punch and squeezy, we can get this to weeble wobble out of there. Yeah. That one don't want to come apart at all. Well, let's try something else. Get the biggest, fattest screwdriver that we have. Yeah, that looks like the one. Got this one right here. It's one of the biggest and fattest in that toolbox, but we have more toolboxes, so lots more screwdrivers. There we go, it moved. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of tender persuasion to get these things apart. And in this cold weather we're having, it doesn't make things any easier sometimes, I'll tell you that right now. There we go. Now, got the handlebars. The wiring harness from the handlebars has to be disconnected. We're disconnected from the main harness. So we start taking the plugs apart, and thankfully they're all color coded so that we can easily find how to put them back together later. And we get turn signal wires, high-low beam wires. Everything runs up that one side. Believe it or not, there we go. And we got the horn wires they put the horn, when they built this thing, in behind the headlight, and then they got a big protective ring around it. Well, let's just grab a pair of pliers here. There we go. We don't need big pliers for this. All we got to do is just slide them off from there. Slide them off the horn. There. There's one free harness. And the other free harness. And this runs all up into the fuse box. And that looks like that's totally, totally disconnected. Just can't get it out from underneath the brake line. That's all disconnected. Yeah, we're ready to start moving on. One thing we do have to do is pull the speedo cable out so that we know that that's disconnected. Yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this brake master loose. Yeah, you can see that right there. Fingers tapping on it. And we're going to get a pair of side cutters. Yep, well, we'll use these. Going to cut these little zip ties off so everything's running free. Or I should say hanging free. There we go. Got that disconnected. Throw this in the trash. Once you cut them, you can't reuse them. So there's no sense in even trying to save them. And now what we're going to do is get out the zip gun, the electric powered zip gun. You can see that right there. Get into this is a top drawer operation, let me tell you. Grab a 10mm socket and we'll drop this off from here. This is the front brake master. Get that off there. And we got our parts box located just below us. A little tappy tap. And we got a couple of brake light wires. And pull them off from there. There we go. We don't want to cut any of these wires just in case we need them later. And we will need them later. So we'll put the bolts back in this retainer cap. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah, you can see it. I'll let that dangle for a minute. And now I'll get out a Phillips head bit. And that one might work. We'll find out. And take the throttle assembly loose from the handlebars. There. That hurt. Got a little bit of a pinch. And you can see that. I think you can see that. What we're doing here is we're going to release the throttle cables from the handlebars. Nope, it ain't gonna work. So, yeah, we'll get rid of that. Put that toy away. Yeah, we'll put this, try this one. Maybe this one will work. Oh, we gotta take a quick look at this. Yeah. See how this is gonna. Well, what we've run into with this throttle control is electrolysis, otherwise known as old age, has set in. So what we have to do now is remove the top clamp on the handlebars and turn them upside down and quite possibly drill the heads off from the screws that hold that control on. Yeah, electrolysis is set into that too. Now, in case you don't know what an electrolysis is, when you have two different metals, and in this case it's steel inside of aluminum, it kind of acts like a battery, and they corrode together. So, there. That one broke loose. Let's see if this one will break loose. Yep. Yeah. Two more and we'll should be in like flint. There we go. One more. Let's see if we can get this one loose. There we go. Yeah. Spin those out of there. Yep. There. We got that. That ain't so bad. Throw them in the parts box. And now, we'll see what this looks like underneath. And take that off from there. Now, the one thing you don't want to do is cut those wires if you don't absolutely have to, and I haven't had to yet. So yeah, let's flip that upside down so we can get a good look at these screws. Oh yeah. Yeah, we put that back in. Yeah, we'll put this clamp back on. And we'll see what happens. We're going to use that to hold it in place so we don't have, kind of like a third hand. And use that like a third hand to get There we go. Now we might be able to get something to work in there. Hopefully. And then again, maybe not. We just don't know until we get there. Take a nice sharp number 2. Maybe that'll make a big enough bite that we can actually get it to unscrew. Nope. We'll try this one. This one, gonna need a 14mm wrench to loosen the jam nut. Nope, that ain't gonna want to work. Would, if I break that off, that tab off from there, and this is an aftermarket cruise control, so it really doesn't matter all that much. So what we're going to do, get out the big old screwdriver, and we're going to pry that up out of the way, just like that. And we'll grab that 14mm again and loosen this cable up. Now we can move that out of the way. Enough so we can get the screwdriver in there. And quite possibly get it to break loose. Give her a little tender love. Well, that one's a little bit loose. Let's try this one again. Maybe we can get it. We'll give her a whirl. Yeah, feels like it might have a half a grip. Find out. Nope, gonna have to drill that off from there. Head of that screw just does not want to separate. It's loose here, but I got to get it apart so that I can unhook the cables from this throttle. So, yeah, we'll get out the drill. Hopefully there's still some angry pixies living inside this battery. And we're going to find a left-hand drill. Hey, you're saying, oh, what do you mean left-hand drill? Well, just what I said, left-hand drill. Because if this drill catches going left-hand, it'll just unscrew the screw. See, if you look at that, I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, there you go. It goes the opposite way. And I'll show you. Put that, we're going to put this right here in the electric drill, just like that. Some people think it's JFM. Look at that. Unscrewed it. Didn't have to drill off the head. So I guess it is just JFM. And put that away. There we go. Now we can find it again later when we might need it. And we'll find us a screwdriver with a number 2 Phillips. And we'll unscrew that the rest of the way. There we go. Well, because we might need this again later, we're going to keep it for a sample in case we have to go to the hardware store and get one. Even though the head of that screw is totally roached. Now we can take this apart. Maybe. Yeah, we can. We're going to have to take that cable tensioner loose on there, which requires 10 millimeter. Break that loose, and along with a number 8 wrench. There we go. Come on. There we go. Got that loose. Add all the there we go. Now we can come down here and find the rest of it. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a minute. Oh, there we go. We'll loosen this back up. So we can rotate the handlebars back up into into a position where we can get some slack. There we go. There, you can see that. Come on. Out of there. There. There we go. Now we're loose enough. Now we just rotate this back up around like that. And now we can re-snug. There, re-snug it a little offset. Just a little bit more slack. There we go. Now, letting that fall over like that, we should have enough slack. Yep. We can pull that up and grab a pair of needle nose pliers. Don't need great big ones, we just need them. Pull that up if we can. Nope. Yeah, we're getting there. Well, we're going to have to go down to the carburetors and see what we got going on down here. Yeah, we've got that going on. Got another one going on down here. Well, I guess what we're going to do first, we're going to get that screwdriver out again. We're going to take the you really can't see what I'm doing, can you? Well, let's readjust the camera just a little bit. We'll twist you back just a wee bit. Give you a little bit of down angle. There we go. Hey, you should be able to see that. Maybe. We're trying. Yeah, let's see. See if we can. You know, if I take and loosen this clamp back up, shove that over a little bit, I can just slide that off the end of the pipe. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's just tight enough to hold it. Hold that in place. Now we can take our should be able to. Come on, you. Come out of there. Looks like I'm gonna have to disconnect a cable from the carburetors because it's not gonna let me do anything more right there. Not right now anyway. But we will get it. In the meantime, we're gonna go onwards and upwards. We're gonna snug that back up so it'll hold itself in place. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the clutch cable. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna spin this nut all the way out on the ferrule and turn that all the way back in. Just like that. Bring it around to where it lines up with the notch. Piece of cake. Let that snap. And that one was pretty easy. Sometimes they don't want to come off that easy. And now we can get our screwdriver again. And hopefully we'll be able to unscrew this. So I'm probably going to block your view again, but sorry about that. We're going to try. Got 2 screws down here. Oh, that one came loose. There we go. Whoops. Oops-a-daisy-um. There. Yeah, both of those actually came loose. That's a plus. Take that off. Drop that in the box and put this over on the part shelf. There you go. Yeah, pick that up with the magnet. Drop it in the parts box. And the handlebars are off. There we go. Look at that. That is the fuse box. That's where all the fuses that runs everything lives. Put that over on the part shelf. And boom. Look at that. You see that? It's all free and clear.